I actually got this working. So interesting. We're good. I just double checking. Back on Facebook, simply because I didn't have time to log into YouTube and get the stream key and all that kind of stuff. Back on YouTube tomorrow, but I wanted to get this rolling. So I'm broadcasting to you from a new location, as you can tell. This is Mornings with Mark, West Coast edition. So it's pretty early for me. I'm already just got back from getting breakfast. Standard East Coast advantage of being up really early. I'm out here in San Francisco for the RSA 2018 USA conference. So one of the biggest security conferences there is. Today, Andrew Hay and Andrew is the CISO at Leo Security. We are running the ransomware and destructive attacks seminar in Moscone West. So if you're here on site, come check it out. Room 2001 in Moscone West. It's a full day of deep dives into the impact of ransomware, the impact of destructive attacks, and what it means to you. But this conference, like I said, it's huge. It's massive, which means everyone ends up being here. So from a good perspective, let me just double check the stream right on. From a good perspective and a bad perspective. So the good news is, everyone's here. It's exciting. The community kind of pulls together. And so you get to see a lot of folks. You get to hear a lot of new ideas. The downside is, obviously this is a business-focused event. There's two full expo halls, and you see all the marketing positioning from folks. Now, cybersecurity's come a long way from when it was pure fear, uncertainty, and doubt. However, it's still around. So I hit this up on Twitter yesterday when I landed. It took about 30 seconds to see an ad that was really focused on fear. That fear, uncertainty, and doubt to move product. And this is my 25th year in professional practice. Almost all of it cybersecurity focused. And it's really, really frustrating that we undermine ourselves by going the fear, uncertainty, and doubt route. So here's the best way to approach security. You need a pragmatic, honest, and open discussion about what works and what doesn't work. Because nothing's 100%. If you're pitching yourself or positioning a security solution or an architecture or a design or a thought or anything as saying like this is going to solve all our security problems, that's never going to be the case. Security is complex, it's nuanced. What we need to keep doing is locking off on certain areas and being able to say, look, I've reduced risk or mitigated the risk in this area. Now I'm going to work on this other area. And based on my business appetite for risk, we're appropriate, right? It's not that question of, is this secure? That's an impossible question. It's, is this secure against a potential threat to an appropriate level? Again, definition of cybersecurity, a usable, workable one, is to make sure that your IT systems are doing what they intend and only what they're intended to do. So you're never going to have stopping 100% of attacks. You're never going to be able to say, we've got a system so advanced that you don't have to think about it. Security is a practice. That means you should be doing it every day. Security is something that needs to be built into the foundation or fabric of your applications, which means you need to be building that in constantly. If you're not, it's a problem. And if you position your product, if you position your company, if you position your services, if you position your open source project in a way that it's going to solve all the problems for all the people in all the cases, that's a significant issue. And you're putting the rest of us behind the eight ball, because then the question comes is, this company says they can do 100%, why can't you do that? Now the good news is, like I said in the opener here, is that that's rare that we see that nowadays. The market is maturing, people have a better understanding, but I'm a huge fan of being even more pragmatic than that. And I know marketing folks, even my own marketing folks, they're like, no, we need to be able to put a bit of a shine on something to make sure that it looks good, present it at its best. And this I 100% understand. That's just the way of the world, that's the way of business is. You need to make sure that your solution is selling, because that's how you make money, that's how you employ people, that's how you build better things. But there needs to be this balance of saying, hey, for this problem set, we're a great solution, and here's what we do really, really well. When somebody asks, being able to tell them, here's what we're not so great at. I think there is a balance to be had, and I think every year we get closer to it as a community, and I think that's a really, really positive thing. Because as I've been exploring more security over the last year, focused on sort of two aspects: the cutting edge in serverless and sort of the trailing edge in operational technology. So things like robots and tractors and medical equipment and things like that. It's sort of an interesting confluence of two areas. We need to understand security principles, and we need to be very practical and very, very clear lines about what security can do and what security can't do. Because when you're dealing with operational technology, more often than not, you're dealing with threats to human life. Like literal threats, not hypothetical threats. It's the cybersecurity of this robot that's working right next to people, or a tractor that is, driving on a farm. That's people are also working on the farm. Healthcare, where people's lives are literally in the balance, hanging in the balance for these machines. So it's not hyperbole to say that this is zero risk tolerance environment, because people's lives are at stake. If your website that's selling widgets goes down, nobody's going to die. You're going to lose some money. That's unfortunate, but nobody passes away. So it's a different risk model. So that's really where you need to be very, very pragmatic and very, very understanding of what's going on. And in serverless, it's sort of that interesting contrast in that we're exploring the security principles and reapplying them in completely new ways, because all of our existing controls and technologies kind of break in that environment. So I like studying both of those, but they both come back down to being open and honest. That security is there to make sure that your systems work as intended and only as intended. And that's where we need to go. So I'm really excited to see the fantastic innovation this week at RSA. You can follow along on Twitter. Hashtag is RSAC, RSA Conference, or RSAC. And there's going to be a ton of great content this week, some amazing talks, some solid keynotes, the Expo Hall. Going to be, I think, some interesting companies pitching their new approaches to different things, hopefully in a great pragmatic way. And just in general, the hallway conversations at this conference are fantastic. I'm looking forward to today, partnering up with my friend Andrew Hay and delivering that ransomware and destructive attacks seminar. And I think that's really where we're at least hosting it. We've got a lineup of great speakers who are delivering it. And yeah, just generally connecting and hearing some new ideas. That's what this is all about. As always, you can hit me up online at MarkNCA or down below in the comments. A little busy this week on site, but I will be trying to broadcast every morning, hopefully back on YouTube tomorrow. I'm completely mobile this week, so no laptop, even though a laptop's mobile, but I'm completely like iPad mobile. I'm going to see how that works, because I'm going to cut this video right now and put it up on YouTube with the normal trailer and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, hit me up online at MarkNCA. I hope you guys have a great Monday, and we will talk to you soon.